Hey, true man, if you're watching this video, I just want you to know that I have no oh, hold on, I'm getting an echo from all right, I muted it. So yeah, as I was saying, if you're watching this, true man, I just want to tell you, bro, that this whole DMCA thing, it's not worth it, man. It isn't worth it. Here's the thing, man. I'm not saying um that you were entirely wrong in this situation. But at the same time, um, I think you can make your point just as effective and have Steve's video on your channel. I mean, the original, the link to the original video is available. So if you want to have people point to the context of the entire video, just say, look, you can come to this video and you can watch it. Now, what they do with that is up to them. If they decide to watch the video in its entire context from start to finish, then they'll be in a more informed position to have an opinion of what was going on, what was said. But if they decide that they don't want to watch the whole thing and go to where the original video was posted on Steve's channel, if they don't want to watch the whole thing, then they can't have an informed opinion about it. Your point can be equally as effective without even having to have the video on your channel. This is not a video I even wanted to make at all, but I really think it's urgent, bro, that you just reformulate a little bit on how you're going about this. Because here's my thing, man. I was informed in private that Steve did originally rescind this whole DMCA thing. He was going to pull action on his side. And, but a little bit after that, you put the video back up and then he's going to follow through with it. I don't know if this means that he's going to just follow through all the way despite me making this video, but I just don't think it's worth it, bro. Um, None of us brothers and sisters in Christ, man, will think of you any less or anything like that if you were to just take the video down and just reformulate your strategy a little bit. I know you don't want to see folks in Steve's general circles thinking that they can just walk all over people who disagree with them, particularly certain Christians and people who may hold views like younger of creationism, intelligent design, things like this. We can be equally as effective, and we don't have to let these people walk over us and just talk down to us or anything like that. This is why I put out the challenge that I put out. Well, I mean, it's technically the next day. It's now it's officially Tuesday, and so it was technically yesterday morning. I put out the challenge for someone on Steve's circles to debate me on the abortion issue. The only reason why I haven't followed through with that yet is because I was looking for Carlos to moderate the debate, and I wasn't able to get a hold of him today. So as soon as I'm able to confirm with him, then we can get that debate started. But we have a strategy that we can employ to better suit our situation, man, and to show that, look, we can be equally as effective, and we don't have to have them walking all over us and just talking down and talking stupid to us. You don't have to have the video up, bro, to still make the point just as effective. I really do hope you decide to take it down, man, and maybe put up another video in its place and say, just like describe your recounting of the events and why you had to remake the video, and just outlining that, and then put the link to the original videos. Steve didn't delete it; it's available for everybody to see. You could redo this and still make your point 100% the same way without the video having to be on your channel, and then Steve will stop this whole DMCA thing, hopefully. But I'm just putting this video on behalf of hoping that you would just not continue to pursue this whole thing with this mix up, and just leave this mess where it belongs, and y'all go back to where y'all started before this whole thing even popped off. We can be more effective. We can be equally as effective without having to put our channels on the line. I know you may not necessarily be too concerned about whether you lose your channel or not, but in my opinion, bro, I think you're a very, very important voice in this community. And I wouldn't want your voice to be stopped over something petty like this, because I've even been told by others in Steve's general circles that even Steve hasn't been entirely correct in this whole situation. So people have acknowledged errors on both sides. But I'm just asking you, man, just this whole DMCA thing, it's not worth it, man. I'm not telling you to not talk about the situation, about Dragunov's friend speaking to him and outlining whatever makes your point and confirms your point about the DNA and water thing. I'm not saying just abandon that entirely. What I'm just saying is just reformulate it a little bit. Like talk about your understanding of the events, and then have a link to where the original video is in its entire context. Now, if Steve were to take that video down off his own channel, then that would expose him as trying to remove a video which has particular context in it. But I don't think he's going to take it down off his channel. I think he's going to leave it there for views and for other purposes. I think he's just going to leave the video alone. So you can just put the link in your video to it. I see you posted the video back up on True Talk TV, and it had the link to his video. But I mean, it's literally the same video from start to finish. You can post the link to the video and not even have the video at all. Just like you just do a hangout on True Talk TV and talk commentary and have the link below it. 100%, brother, that we don't have to have people in Steve's circles talking down on us and saying that we don't know certain things, that we don't know how to argue, we don't understand science and stuff like this. And I agree with you. This is why I'm going on the attack. This is why I'm putting out that open challenge. And this is why I did this whole thing about this debate challenge on the abortion issue. But that's just where I stand on it, man. We can be equally as effective without having to put our channels at risk. Because quite frankly, I do see I see Steve pursuing this as extremely ridiculous and petty, and I don't think he's been entirely right in this situation. The people on his side have even acknowledged and told me in off-air hangouts that he hasn't been entirely right in this situation either. So it's not like people don't recognize the nonsense that's going on in this whole thing on on his side of the issue. But there is no reason for you to be a lost voice in this community over something petty like this. Should something like this go to court, what would he win? What, 30, $40 of what he could have potentially lost? All this over something like 30 or $40? But I don't think for Steve this is about getting I don't think this is about Steve just getting money or anything like this. This is just my personal belief, whether it has basis or not. It is what it is, but this is my personal belief. I think Steve is just wants to use this as an opportunity to suppress your voice, bro. There would be no more true empiricism on YouTube if he were to take this to court and he were to win. It would just affect you entirely. I mean, I understand you said at one point that you don't care about that, but I mean, this whole great debate thing, it's bigger than us, man. We're here for a very specific purpose. We've talked in length about exactly what that is. This great debate community and this part of YouTube, this all this drama, all this nonsense, there's a goal that we have, man, and a desire that we have that's bigger than the both of us. We have very, very important things that we can contribute to this community, but it doesn't have to, um, at least on your end, it doesn't have to be interfered with over something this petty. So I think you can make the same point and yet not put yourself in any sort of position for Steve to go to court over it. I still think your point would be equally effective. So I'm just asking you, man, just take the video down, man. I don't think it's worth it. All right, that's all I gotta say, and that's where I stand.